What's up?
Hi.
So aggressive.
You're aggressive.
I was watching Legion of Skanks, and they did an AI with like a bunch of people. So it's a podcast with I was gonna say Tony Hinchcliffe, Big J Ogerson.
That's
Dan
such a good
Smith.
name.
Yeah, Dan Smith or Dave Smith. Sorry, Dave Smith, and then
Dave
Louis,
Smith is also a really good name.
yeah, and then Louis J Gomez, aka the Puerto Rican rattlesnake. Yeah. So yeah, it's really funny. And then they had two guests on, Tim Butterly and Dan Soder.
Tim Butterly?
Yeah, that's his legal last name. And then it's like this whole big fucking thing. It's really fun. Like the Legion of Skanks is like really cool. It's like got a huge fan base, and then they have like a festival every year called Skank Fest. And at the last Skank Fest, Tim Butterly and Louis J Gomez fought, and they fought. The prize was going to be the winner became the loser's father. Like legally.
What?
So Louis J Gomez won, spoilers. Louis J Gomez won, so he adopted Tim Butterly.
Legally?
Yeah. You can do that. I can adopt you. You can be my sister, daughter.
What?
You can adopt Little John.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. But okay, so it's legal? They did it legally?
Mm-hmm. It was called the Father of the Year fight. So whoever lost that to become the other person's son. But they were
That's the kind of like
kind of shit
that's
we
how
gotta
you
do.
play.
Dude, honestly, like I feel like you would really like it because it's just fucking chaos.
I would love that.
Honestly, like, and then okay, so they say a lot of racist and misogynistic shit, but like they say it in like
Like a nice way.
Yeah, like of course this is ridiculous, so I'm gonna say it because it's the most ridiculous thing to be racist, or it's the most ridiculous thing to be misogynistic or sexist or whatever. Their core values are rape, retards. Oh, this is a clean episode. Cut that out. Oopsie.
We'll just move it right along.
But it's funny. And then the episode that they came out with last week or this week, I can't remember. They decided to do they're all comedians, so they decided to do AI, like a 1-minute set of all of them, like doing AI. Like they put it in AI and basically just like they fed an AI hours of their podcasts and their stand-up. And then they said, do 1 minute of stand-up in the style of Louis J. Gomez, Dan Soder, like all of them. And then they were just all clowning on each other. It was so funny. But then there was...
That's so good, too.
So, like, one of the core values is, like, racism. And it stems from, like, Louis J. Gomez because he's, like, a racist or whatever. But he's, like, sarcastically or whatever. And then... With AI, you're not supposed to be able to go in there and be like, give me like a racist joke or something, or say a racist joke. Like they programmed it out of it.
You can't do that?
No, you can't do anything racist, like super offensive. Like most AI servers, like don't let you do it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they just, I don't know, whoever created it was like, I want to create this to not, basically just to not.
So it doesn't have freedom of speech?
Yeah, basically. So, but that's Louis J. Gomez's whole shit, right? So they feed it into a server. All of his hours and he has multiple podcasts for like the last 10, 15 years. So hours and hours of just podcasts of his podcasts and his comedy. And then it broke the AI and it made a really racist joke.
No way.
Yeah.
It's on the, do they say it on the podcast?
Yeah, they say the joke.
Oh shit, send me that link.
It's so fucking funny. Because then they're like...
broke the AI.
Big J is like, Jesus Christ, that's just a racist joke. You fucking broke AI, dude. But anyway.
Hey, love that.
But anyway. We're here.
We're here.
She's got her heating pad on. I want more water.
There's one in that bag. How dare you talk about my heating pad? I'm on my period.
Ew.
I'm bleeding right now.
Gross.
I'm in pain.
We should talk about that podcast that we did.
Podcast. Oh my God, you're right. Okay.
Did you forget about that? Dude.
I don't, this girl. Okay, we went on Push Up Podcast. Okay.
Shout out, Pusha.
Shout out everyone over at Push Up Podcast. Dude, we went there to get interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
We're just too good at our jobs. I think it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The experience just oozes out of our pores, and it like, what can we do?
I don't think it's that. I think that woman had a crazy life, and she just kept saying everything so nonchalant, like we weren't supposed to ask questions. And the crazy thing is, when we walked in before we started recording, and this was all live, like they live streamed it.
Yeah, they live stream it.
And that's not connected to anything. That's not connected to anything.
I know, connect it.
No, I don't have the splitter. Anyway, we walked in, and then she was like, "Oh, we have one. One of the guys there tried to ask us a question. And she was like, "No questions." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And she was like, "Oh, it's because we haven't started recording yet. Like, I don't want to ask questions that we could ask potentially on the podcast." Mm-hmm. We're like, "All right." And then we just started talking about,
which I love that she said that.
Yeah. Because then we don't have to get into like the formalities, like how does our podcast, man. And we started out like that. Like they started asking us questions,
right? But
then we would say something that would trigger her.
Yeah, like what were we saying?
Yeah, I don't remember. The only one I know for sure is the tattoo, because we were talking about tattoos.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then she was
yeah.
talking about how many she had. Melinda's her name.
Melinda. Girl, shout out you.
Shout out Melinda, dude. Your life is fucking wild.
Wild.
That's so awesome.
I can't wait to read the memoir.
Honestly.
Because I know she didn't tell us everything, but I want to know everything.
We were talking about Titanic, which led to her first kiss, which led to the funniest part.
She had her, oh my God. Every little girl's dream. She had her first kiss during the...
Watching Titanic
premiere.
Yeah.
Like...
That's a perfect time to be a teenager.
Yes.
For a teenager, like, to be fucking like 12, 13, 14 years old.
Yes.
When you're supposed to be like having your first experiences with like the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever, blah, blah.
Well, 90s.
Yeah. But like, that's the perfect movie to come out for that.
Dude,
Because
honestly.
it's like the ultimate romantic movie.
Imagine if it happened. Didn't she say when it happened? I think it was after. She said the guy waited to ask her to kiss him.
So like she was saying that she was like 12 or 13.
Yeah, she said she was 12.
That. Yeah.
Good age.
So that's like the age you start going to movies with your friends. Like that's the only thing really you can fucking do, right?
Yeah.
You either party or you're either fucking drinking at an older high school kid's party or you're just going to the movies. You just go fucking to the mark. So she goes, they're watching the movie, and then all like they were in a big group like you do, and everybody was hooking up, like they were all making out during the movie. And then her and the guy that she was with, neither of them had ever kissed anybody before, so he just kind of looked at her and was like, "Hey, after this nude scene, do you wanna make out?"
I would have been like, "Let's do it during."
No, you wouldn't have.
Let's get it going.
No, you wouldn't have.
That was so cute though, so romantic.
And then she said that she broke up with him a week later.
She's savage.
Yeah.
Listen,
and then,
that was a prelude to what her life would look like.
And then she fucking said, "Yeah, he was wearing rollerblades."
But the way she said it, she was like the most
just nonchalant, so casual about it. It was so funny. I felt so bad because we were just talking about her the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
And homeboy, who was the other co-host,
he didn't even know like half the shit.
All of the information sounded new to him too. He was like, "What?"
I think he was just he was like listening because he was just like just as interested. It was wild shit. Y'all had to go and listen.
Yeah, they still haven't posted it up. Right? Okay, cool.
I think
they should, because I think they live stream it and then they go in and like chop it up or whatever. What was it called? Push a podcast.
Push a podcast.
Go check it out and check out their other episodes too.
Yeah, they interview like us a lot of local talent. So go support.
They're kind of trying to do the same thing. Well, not the same thing. That sounds like they're trying to bite, but they're not biting. They're just doing what we're doing for Fort Worth.
Yeah, the city of Fort. Is it a city?
Yeah, Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth is an interesting area, man.
I don't understand it.
It's cowboys and cholos.
Yeah. I guess I kind of understand it.
You know what's crazy? They got a mad chip on their shoulder.
Who, the Cowboys?
No, anybody from Fort Worth.
Why?
They got a fucking chip on their shoulder.
I thought Dallas was
and you
want
to know how I fucking know? Because every time I go out to Fort Worth, like people kind of know that you're not like from around there, and then you tell them like, oh, I'm from Dallas, and they're like, oh, Dallas. Meanwhile, we don't give a fuck about Fort Worth. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, Fort Worth is like
Fort Worth is cool. But get over it.
Why? Why did they have like... I can tell you why.
Because they suck. No. So this is something that happened to me when I went... this was like a year after I graduated. I went to SFA for my friends.
What's SFA?
Stephen F. Austin University.
For those of you who don't know.
Out in... It's not Waxahachie. Where is it at? Nacogdoches.
These names.
They're Indian names.
Yes, they are Indian names.
Or Native American names.
With all the respect. We're native. We're indigenous.
I don't know. Probably.
I think we were in southern Mexico. Because Grandma's Grandma's not from Monterrey.
But she's not from that far from
she's from Guerrero, I think.
What?
I think so.
No.
Ricky, yes.
No, not Guerrero.
Or San Luis.
If she's from San Luis, funny enough, the friend that I'm talking about that we moved to SFA for a party, her family's from San Luis.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We got to figure that out. But anyway, so we went out to SFA, right? Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches. It's like a 3-hour drive from Dallas. Me and a bunch of friends drive over there. We're partying, we're having fun, blah, blah, blah. And then I start talking to this girl. And I tell her like, oh, I'm from Dallas. She's like, what? No way, me too. I was like, really? Like, what area? I'm from like North Dallas, like Webb Chapel and shit, thinking that she was in the vicinity. And then she goes, oh, I'm from Fort Worth. And I was like, man, come on. She was like, what? It's Dallas, Fort Worth. I was like, yes, but Dallas is an hour away from Fort Worth. It's not the same thing.
We're into different cultures here.
Yeah, it is. It really is. All I've seen from Fort Worth is cowboys, because obviously they have the rodeo down there, like they have the stockyards and shit, so people are into that. And then you have a huge Hispanic culture that is really into like the cholo lifestyle, or at least like the older generation that I've seen from there is that.
There's an in between.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Fort Worth. I just started driving out there for work. I live 5 minutes away from downtown.
You live?
I mean, I work 5 minutes away from downtown.
I was like, you're not 5 minutes away from anything.
Right.
You're 5 minutes away from Walmart.
Yes. And the gas station. But it's weird. Like, the streets are weird. It's cramped. I guess it's because it's downtown. Mm-hmm. Because I only ever drive there and then leave. I was there that day and it blew up. That thing blew up in Fort Worth.
The World Trade Center?
I heard it.
Yeah, Mom had texted me about that.
Yeah. I
don't think y'all realize like how far from Fort Worth I am at work.
And when you told me that, I looked, because we have each other on the Find My Phone, and I looked at it and you're nowhere near Fort Worth.
The address is Fort Worth.
You're in Grand Prairie.
Yeah. I'm in between Grand Prairie and Euless. But that little area is Fort Worth because of DFW Airport, I think.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's very misleading.
Yeah. Like if you just look at a map and just trace out Fort Worth.
Nowhere near Fort Worth.
I used to drive to Fort Worth to work with John sometimes. Like we would have houses out there.
It's far.
It's a far drive, and doing it at 5 o'clock, it would take me an hour and a half to get to whatever house I was going to.
That's far.
There was one time I drove to, I think, Aledo at fucking 5 in the afternoon. Took forever.
Speaking of driving far, you just got a house. Congratulations, homeowner.
Yeah. No, home purchaser. I'm still buying it technically.
But you own it while you're buying it.
Mm-hmm. They can come.
You can make changes.
They can come and take it.
They can come and take it.
Yeah.
But you're a homeowner. How does that feel?
It's chilling, man. I like it. We were talking about this yesterday because it was one of our friends' birthdays, and we were driving into the city to party.
Where did y'all end up going?
Happiest Hour.
Oh yeah, Happiest Hour.
Yeah. So we went into downtown to party.
That's crazy. You drove into the city.
Yeah.
You drove into the city. You moved so far away.
It's not that far. It's 20 minutes from downtown.
Well,
I have to tell everybody that.
That's
it's not that far. 20 minutes from downtown. But I do like living out here. I do not mind it at all. Yeah, I like that it's it's pretty far out, but everything's 20 minutes away.
Y'all have a really cute little
community.
What would it be? Is it like a little downtown?
Oh, like a town square.
Town square?
Yeah.
Y'all have such a cute little town square here.
Reminds me of Gilmore Girls, doesn't it?
It reminds me so much of the Gilmore Girls.
They have stuff that they do like every weekend down there, but we haven't gone.
Y'all need to go every morning.
It's just been shitty.
This is good weather to go in though, because
Yeah, we got to do that. They have a nice diner there, like in the middle.
Yeah,
and, I thought it was going to be a lot of white people. It's mostly Hispanic out here.
Is it really?
No.
They have Western wear.
Yeah, they have like a boot shop, like a Western wear place.
That's awesome.
There's a barber shop there, but I got my barber. So
right when you guys are like,
shout out Isaac, he did this to me.
Okay.
A lot of stuff has changed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Last time, you didn't have any hair. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had only hair.
I got my ears pierced.
I don't know where that came from.
You getting my ears pierced?
That came out of nowhere.
I've had wanted to do them for a while. But I didn't want to do it with long hair. That was the thing.
Why?
I thought it would look weird.
So you're never gonna have long hair again?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah. Again, this last time it was really annoying, specifically because it took forever to dry.
Yeah, it was not a good look.
I looked great. It wasn't bad.
Not after you had just showered.
No, I looked fantastic.
It would take. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I look great.
You look like a rat in mat.
Look at the back of your hair right now, bitch.
Shut up. Mm-hmm. You're such a little bitch.
And you've had it your whole life. I only had it for a year. You've had decades of experience.
So do you think that last time it was because you were skinnier?
When I was younger?
When you had long hair the last time?
The first time that I grew it out really long?
Yeah.
No, I think it grew out differently because that first time I had very long on the top already. And then, the sides were growing and I didn't touch it at all. I didn't cut it at all. The first time that I grew it out long.
So you had layers.
Yeah, so I had layers. They weren't great.
How would you say it in Spanish? Do you know?
Layeres.
No. You'll never guess.
Chapitos.
Capas.
Capas. Damn it.
Stupid ass.
I was gonna say capricio. I don't know. But
okay.
But yeah, when I had grown it out the first time, it was longer on the sides and the back than it was at the top, so it just kind of layered nicely,
Mm-hmm.
So I liked the way it looked. It was cool. And then this time I was kind of doing
But I don't remember last time it looking ugly the way it did this time after you would shower.
I don't think you ever saw me after a shower.
Okay.
We weren't, when I grew it out the first time, we weren't doing this, so we weren't seeing each other as often.
Oh, maybe.
So I would be all done up, And then, I don't know, this time, I had cut it in layers, but I didn't like the way the lady did it, because I didn't want to go to my barber to get it cut. I don't know, it was a whole thing. Mm-hmm. Because I was just cutting it in layers, and then she did it, real choppy, and I was just this ain't great.
Yeah.
And I was I'm fucking buying a bottle of shampoo every fucking,
You are?
Yeah.
How often?
A lot.
How often?
Every
2 days.
No, I was just, it would take so fucking long. My showers would take forever, it would take
how did it feel right after you cut your hair, your first shower?
Fucking great. Jumped in.
And you were done?
Yeah. And then, I showered right now. I showered 30 minutes
relief?
ago. Not so much a relief. I was just kind of what was the relief is I fucked up. So I went to my barber. Shout out to Isaac. Alpha Barbers in Addison. Real cool. Right there by the Galleria. Takes care of you. But yeah, so I went. I had my long hair, and then I took a photo of it. Did you see it? Like I posted it, like all the hair on the floor.
Oh yeah.
So it looked like a rat tail. So I went.
You should have left it.
Yeah.
Brought it back.
Yeah. So I went and I told him like, hey, I'm cutting it all off. Like it's done today. And then before I had started growing it out, I had done this thing. He was been my barber for a couple years now. He cut my hair like a high fade, which is basically. So it's high fade, which goes basically all the way to the top of the crown, like back here. And I had done that before. And
those are like army guys.
Sort of, yeah. Basically just like the little thing right here. And I had done that before, and I didn't really like it because it was just too high up. And I did a mid fade, and it was still a little too high up for my liking just because of the shape of my head. And then I did a low fade, and I was like, that's too low. I may as well just get a taper fade at that point, you know?
So you got a taper fade?
No. What I told him was like the mid is too high.
You were extra.
Yes. But he's a great barber because he can fucking do it. Like if you tell him, like you can tell him like this is what I kind of am thinking of, and then it'll be like, okay, well your head's shaped like this, so it'd probably actually be better if you do this, you know?
You collab. You're collabing.
Basically, he's a great fucking barber. He's fucking awesome. I'm living 45 minutes away from him. I'm still gonna go to him every 2 weeks.
Damn, that's dedication.
He's a fucking good ass barber.
Okay, there's a barbershop right out here.
There's a barbershop right out there, but I don't know those fucking Mexicans. I don't know if they can do
Hey,
that.
but you might want to give it a try. I'm so sorry.
Nah.
I'm encouraging for you to cheat on Isaac.
No, I do not care. I will go out there every 2 weeks to cut my hair. Plus, he can also take care of my hairline.
Oh yeah, your funky little hairline.
Yeah, he takes care. He takes care of me. Makes me look great. Totally worth the money. Worth the drive.
Okay.
Plus, I can go out, get over there. You know, there's a diner that I really like out there.
There's a reason for you to.
Yeah, there's a reason to go out to Addison. There's a diner that I like out there. So probably next Saturday when I get my haircut, I'll take Jasenia and we can go out to that diner.
Cute.
Yeah, make a little day of it. Go into the city, you know.
Yeah, going to the city. That's so funny.
Well, like I was saying.
Never thought you would.
Yeah. So I didn't either. I would talk about it with my coworkers because I used to have coworkers that lived like an hour and a half away from like the job, and I was like, I'd never do that.
I would never.
Most I do is 45 minutes. But yeah, so I started wearing contacts a couple years ago, but before that, I would always cut my hair with my glasses off, you know? So I'd never know like what it would look like until it's done and I can put my glasses on. And then the first time I got my haircut, not with him, it might have been with him, but it was the first time I got my haircut with contacts on, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to see the whole process. And then when I went to cut my hair, I had my glasses on. And I was like, fuck. I'm not going to know what this looks like until the end. Fuck.
That must be so annoying.
We were like, another cool thing about him is we can talk. Like, we're talking the whole time. Like, it's real cool. We're chopping it up and whatever. We're chopping it up while he's chopping it up. So,
pun intended.
I was like, normally whenever I grow my hair out and then I go back to this, like I'll buzz it. It'll be like taper fade, 3 on top, like boom, edge up. That's it. That's the normal one that I go to. But when I had it a little longer and I started growing it out, I did that thing where I told him like, hey, do like the high is too high, the mid is too low. Do something in between, you know? Like do something in between there.
And he called it the Ricky fade.
Sure, whatever. It's just for my head shape. Like I told him, I was like, it's just for my head shape, you know, because it's weird and like it's too small and fucking blah blah blah. And then he did it, but he did the lines. Like he cut it all off, and I was like, okay, yeah, I expected it to kind of look like this, but my like I don't have my glasses on, so it's blurry. And then he did the line, the guideline. And I was like, this was a mistake. Like in my head, I was like, well, fuck. Good thing my hair grows out fast. And then he finished, and I was like, what am I doing, man? Fucking, how am I doubting Isaac, dude? What am I can't believe
you
it.
really regret it. Huh? You really regret it.
The haircut?
No.
Oh, no, I regret, yeah. I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I don't even think I told him. But I think I was just sitting there like, man, I'm about to go act up.
I'm about to go get some packet of gum at the grocery store.
And then I did that, and then I went to go get my eyebrows done, and I was like, fuck, I feel good. I missed that so much.
What?
Getting a haircut.
You're a metrosexual.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. But like, no, you don't understand, because like to find a good barber, especially when you have like certain things, like I've like my hairline's not terrible, but like you have to do it a certain way or else it'll be crooked, you know? Like you have to have a certain skill. Kind of like Liam Neeson. And so there's that. And then like any other barber I would go to, like we'd be cool, we'd be talking a little bit, you know, but like we're having like, and then being the guy, like once you find your barber, it's like, okay, that's the dude. Like he knows, like I come here every 2 weeks.
He knows you.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows what to do. And then like after a haircut, like just the confidence boost. Like I imagine it's the same as when
that's
like,
where the tip comes in.
Yeah, exactly. I imagine it's the same as like when you put on makeup. Do you put on makeup every day?
I love putting on makeup.
Do you put on makeup every day though?
No.
Okay.
But when I do,
yeah,
I'm like,
you're like,
oh yeah,
like that.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean? Is that not?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Uh-huh.
But like then you have an event, like we have that quinceañera coming up.
Oh my God, yes.
You're gonna like beat the fuck out of your face.
Yeah.
Like you have makeup on right now.
I do.
But that's kind of like, okay, shit, I gotta get ready. Like it's your thing that you
makeup.
can do. It's like something that you always have in your back pocket.
Yes.
You put that shit on real quick, which is kind of like hats for guys. It's like,
okay,
put
like
it on.
everyday makeup routine.
Mm-hmm. Put it on. I don't have a fade right now, so put the hat on. I can walk around. It's an accessory. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yep.
But then you go to the barber, and he takes care of you, and you're just like, you look at yourself in the mirror and like, this is peak me, and I feel fucking great.
Peak me. I will never look this good again.
Yeah, that's why I think that you should shave your head.
I'm not gonna fucking shave my head. You stupid.
Like okay, like the experience of childbirth, I will never be able to experience childbirth, and you've done it 5 times. Like that's something that's very specifically like something that you will have over me. But I think getting the fade is just as good. And you can do that. I can't have a baby.
You want to have a baby?
I can't experience the miracle of childbirth.
Do you want to experience the miracle of childbirth?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get a fade.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with never having that experience. Like it's not needed. It's not something that I think about.
I think you should.
What if I like it? And then what if I figure out that I'm a man?
No, you just be a chick with a fade.
You don't think I could be a man?
Matching fades.
I could be a man.
Okay, whatever. I'm not saying you have to go all the way to that extreme.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the surgery.
I'm just saying.
I will.
I'm just saying. Okay, whatever. I'm just saying you should try to get a fade.
Okay, I'll try it. Let me see. Girls with fades.
I had mentioned it to you and you were kind of down.
I am down.
You talking to the mic?
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, fine. Don't talk into the mic and then this will be fucking useless. The fuck is the point? What the hell?
Girl fade with long hair.
Is the cursing going to be a problem?
Ricky, we don't have the covers. Okay. I don't know how to fix that.
It'll be fine.
They're supposed to... What was that?
That was just the chime for the doors.
What doors? You're in the house now. Our voices are going to sound so bad now.
Oh, well. No, they won't be that bad. We've done it before.
I haven't edited it like that before. I need all the help I could get.
Well, that's why you're here today. We'll figure out the audio. Yeah. Aren't you going to be here editing the whole day?
Yes. Yeah. Go get them. Go get them now.
Go get them now? They should have been on them.
Okay, but clearly they weren't.
Well, we're already...
I hate it when... Oh, my Lord. This should have... But it didn't. They were in one of the boxes in your garage. There's nothing in there. No. Hurry up. How long have we been going?
29 minutes.
Oh, my God. There's so much I want to talk about. You want to do this in an hour?
Keep talking.
To you?
What?
I think you were gonna go put it to you.
No, I'm not gonna go get him.
This doesn't sound so bad.
It's not gonna sound bad.
How are you gonna tell me? I edited it. You're so annoying. Yes, I want to do it.
What?
My fade.
Oh, let me see.
Okay, this actually
Save that
brings
photo.
up something. We missed a lot. There's a lot of topics that have happened that we've missed. One of them being the P. Diddy thing.
What was that about? These fucking boys?
That is an allegation, but the thing that happened was that Cassie was suing P. Diddy. If it caused me and my best friend of 23 years
more
to fight each other. We were in a fight.
That is so stupid.
It was. But anyway, that's the reason why I bring that up is because that haircut looks like Cassie, because Cassie invented that haircut.
I don't think she did.
Yes, she did.
I don't think she did.
Yes, she did.
No, because in the 60s there was a whole...
Oh, obviously. But I mean, like, in the early aughts is when, like, she popularized it.
No, she repopularized it.
Whatever. Same thing.
That was actually like a skinhead thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She is half white, I think. Oh, in the 60s?
Yeah. It was like a
Anyway, it was relevant because supposedly P. Diddy told her to do it, and she did it, and she made it, repopularized it.
That was a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know she did that.
Okay, the thing was that pretty much that P. Diddy harassed her. Yeah, assaulted her, harassed her.
Didn't she like put it out and then he immediately settled like the next day?
Yeah, the next day. She had Kim Porter's burner phone.
Who's Kim Porter?
Which, if you don't know, Kim Porter was his ex and mother of his children. She died. There's been, I think, a total of 5 people that have worked with him to...
There was that, you know who his son is, right?
Mm-mm.
The dude with the unibrow? Who refuses to shave it? You don't know? Shit. Where's my...
No.
Okay, cool. I got it.
That's Will Smith's stepson.
No, it's not.
I mean, that's Will Smith's son.
No.
The unibrow guy? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, Will Smith's son.
Anyway.
Here, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, like she settled next day, I think, for 30 mil.
30 million?
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of people were saying, oh, Cassie, like, blah, blah, blah. He had to settle and he had to give her whatever she wanted. I think she still won. Don't you think? I think she got justice because everyone's like...
I don't know what it is.
What is?
Like the... whatchamacallit? Like, I don't know what people were sad about.
Sad about?
Or not sad about, like what people were upset about.
Oh, they were saying that she just wanted money. That's why she settled the very next day with him.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, you shouldn't settle. You should go on with the trial because you need your justice. But I think getting paid $30 million for something that you did to me, that's justice, isn't it? I would think that that's justice.
Say it again? I don't get why people were mad at her.
Because she settled. It's like, oh, you settled. You only did this for money. You didn't really want...
Yeah, that's what you sue people for,
yeah,
you fucking idiots. Yeah, you
stupid. Thank you so much. Yes.
Never mind. So, it's Quincy Brown who I was thinking of. This dude.
That's Will Smith's son.
That's not Will Smith's son. But it is, what's her name's son? Kim Porter and...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Kim Porter and Al Bisher son. But, okay, so I guess I saw this like on a fucking video and just didn't do any more research. I thought that was his son because of Kim Porter. Like there was that, and he raised him as his son. But there was his actual father looks just like him. Uh-huh. And it was like a video that said that he was raising somebody else's son because he killed that person.
Okay, no, it's probably true because so he came up with I think 4 or 5 other people, and all these people are also well known.
Mm.
All of them are either dead. One of them just came out of a coma.
Ooh. Yeah, that's wild. He's
and
probably
his
an evil
ex-wife,
person.
yeah. And Cassie turned over Kim Porter's burner phone to the police.
So he probably killed her too.
Yes.
Mm. She did turn it over, or she said
she turned it over.
So what's going on now with it? That's the thing about like these stories is like it comes out and then nothing really happens.
Well, I mean,
I think that's probably why people are mad. Of like she sued, got money, and then took off because if you settle in court, then it's kind of like it's settled. Like there's no more. That's why I'm paying you $30 million so
to shut the fuck up. Yeah.
So now you just have all these people that aren't involved with it going like, well, what the hell? Well, like, are we gonna get justice for Kim? Or are we gonna get justice for any of those other 5 people he probably murdered?
But it opened up, I think, a door for someone to try to get justice for those other people. But as much as he did to Cassie, I'm not worried about nobody fucking else. This man put me through trauma.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I get it from Cassie's point of view, where it's like, no, this is just what I'm doing for me.
I'm not responsible for anybody else. Yeah, but I'll open the door for you. I'll be the first one to sue. Sorry.
Yeah, but like the other people, God damn, what's wrong with my fucking wrist? But I think just the other people are kind of just like, well, I don't know. I feel like some of it is like we want, like those people want it to be as open and public as like the Amber Heard thing was, you know?
Yeah.
God, other countries got to be looking at us like we're idiots.
But also, like, we're so far away from all like everyone else.
No, we're not.
There's 2 oceans between us and.
They're right there.
Not right there.
Dude, they're right there. You want to know how right there they are? They're less than a day away. Like you have to think of the fact that like a century ago, about a century ago, flight was impossible. Like when did the Wright brothers take off? 1908.
40s, but they didn't invent it. A black person invented it.
No, they didn't.
For real.
December 17, 1903. 1903 was when they took flight. And they made it so much shorter because like they made travel so much shorter because before you'd have to go on a fucking boat, you know?
But now they're right there.
Yes, it's still to get to like Japan is still like a
versus everyone
else. Hold on. But the amount of time you save, because that trip used to be fucking like 6 months or 6 weeks.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's right there, if you think about it.
But we have a war even just within ourselves.
What?
Texas is going to war with...
Oh, yeah. That's weird.
It is so weird.
Yeah, I need to go buy a gun.
Don't you already have one?
I need to go buy a lot more guns.
I need to buy a gun.
No, don't buy a gun.
I will. Mm-mm. Oh my God. Dallas PD is working an emergency disturbance in the 1809...
What?
18900. What number is that?
18900? 18,900?
Yeah, that block of Marsh Lane.
A disturbance?
Yeah, so on Chismes Twitter, I like unblocked everything.
What do you mean?
Like you could see everything. Like there's no censoring filters.
Okay.
On Twitter, on X. And I follow DFW scanner. So DFW scanner keep hearing a helicopter flying over far north Dallas, close to D&T Bush intersection. Oh, so close to Marsh and Frankfurt. An explanation why.
Isn't that Carrollton?
There was a disturbance. This is 13 hours away.
It's like
that's
more
not Carrollton.
Dallas, North
Technically, it's
Marsh.
supposed to be Carrollton, but it's still Dallas. Because that's where John's mom lives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But hers isn't Carrollton, it's Dallas.
Yeah, technically, we're just on here where we are, it's just on the border of Ennis and Dallas. That's how big Dallas is. It's fucking huge.
That's crazy how big it is.
Yeah.
People don't get it.
Which is why people from Fort Worth think they're from Dallas.
We also missed the comedian Matt Rife controversy.
Yeah. So hold on with the P Diddy thing.
Oh yes, what?
So what's going on with P Diddy? Did he lose anything other than $30 million, which is like a drop in the bucket for him?
No, but he was out. Like, he's insured, so insurance companies, you have to settle. So I think what his was that he had to settle, or he was gonna have to step down from all of his companies. So I think he ended up doing both. I think he ended up having to step down and pay that certain amount. I think.
Every time
but nothing now with Cassie because she settled.
Yeah. Every time I grip something, this starts hurting.
You have carpal tunnel?
Is it carpal tunnel? Fuck. How am I gonna climb now?
But I mean, he's definitely. There were other women coming out with allegations whenever that was coming out. So anyone can sue anyone. I doubt it's over.
Yeah.
And if they got anything on that burner phone, they'll probably reopen
the murder case.
If it's a murder case.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What it ended up.
I wanted to look up something.
But yeah, comedian Matt Rife. He.
Okay, so Notorious B.I.G. died March 9th, 1997. He killed
Notorious B.I.G. allegedly.
Hold on.
That's just my opinion.
What's that song that Diddy made about him?
Yeah, what about it?
What's it called? I'll Be Missing You.
I'll Be Missing You. What about it?
That came out May 27th, 1997. Okay, never mind.
Why?
Because I had heard March 9th. Okay. Yeah, that's about enough time. I had heard that came out like a week later. So it'd be, and the music video and everything. So it'd be weird if yeah. But it didn't. It came out. He died in March. It came out in late May.
Okay, imagine.
Yeah. Like I had heard something crazy that that was released the day after. Yeah. And it would be like, oh, well, how would you record a whole music video the day after he died? But it wasn't. It was months apart. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. Diddy was always weird to me. I never understood what he did.
Yeah, because he never.
He was a producer, and then he was also like a label man. And
but he was in people's songs.
Yeah, but he just decided fuck, I'm gonna rap now. Somebody write me something.
Oh, he didn't rap his own.
No, he doesn't write anything. It's not he's not artistic. He's just I got money. You're gonna do what the hell I say.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Rife.
Yeah.
Why is everybody crying?
About what? About
everything.
Stop, okay? Yeah. Just don't. You're so... Okay? Stop.
Not bleeping that up. But, no, it's just a...
Yes,
he's an okay comedian. It was an okay joke. I just think people blew it out of proportion. What do you think? It wasn't even an okay joke. It was like a...
I recorded myself watching his show.
Why?
I was going to put it on TikTok, but I actually...
You laughed your ass off?
I was laughing. Yeah, I was laughing, and it wasn't a good look.
It's not a good look because it's not that good of a joke and it made you laugh.
Probably.
Yeah. Because the joke is that...
When I recorded myself, that was the second time trying to watch it. The first time I couldn't.
Because it was too funny, you just couldn't.
No, right? Yeah. No, it was. I don't know. It wasn't.
You couldn't get through the stand up, the special.
Yeah, it was very slow.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen it? It was very slow.
But I don't watch too many specials. I don't know. It's weird.
I liked him genuinely, and I loved his TikToks. Before all that, I never consumed any of his anything comedian other than his TikToks.
I had just seen him on YouTube videos and stuff. I think he did something with all
just the clips.
Yeah, just little clips. I knew he existed. I knew he was a comedian. I knew he was on Wild 'N Out. But I don't know. He was just a comedian that like the comedians that I find funny and the type of comedy that I find funny. It's just not what I think it's funny. You know. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, cool. Like there will be funny jokes that make me laugh, but it's not like a huge thing where it's like fuck that whole thing. Like Sam Tallent's a comedian that I really like. And he just came out with a special, and I was listening to, this is when we were still living in the apartment, I was listening to it on my headphones, and Jasenia was watching the movie. We were kind of like packing and stuff, and I was belly laughing the whole time because it was so funny. Yeah, to me, that type of comedy was funny to me. His type of comedy is funny to other people, whoever it might be, whoever his fan base is. Also, he's very pretty, so
okay,
yeah, I think he's pretty.
Sure.
Yeah, he's handsome, classically handsome. But I think society is steering away from that, though.
Yeah.
I think we're steering away from like Brad Pitt's obviously still very handsome, but he's older and he's getting work done and shit. You know.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think
Can't be looking like that at 60, man. Everybody gets work done. If you have the money, you get work done.
Yeah, but his is just so not well done.
Brad Pitt or Rife?
Rife.
Yeah.
You know how when you get work done and it's like, ugh,
you like
you shouldn't have done it, or you shouldn't have done it. Like
the idea of it should be, or like the way that doctors should do it, and surgeons should do it is, okay, let's put a little filler. You're like in your 30s. Let's put a little filler here.
Naturally enhance yourself.
Yeah.
But then you have some that just go way too he's not so far out there that he went too far, but not to where it's like,
how does he look?
He's a handsome man.
There's a crazy photo going around where
he's
it's like
LA handsome, which is not handsome.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't think it's because everybody knows now that like, oh, it's just surgery and Botox and filler and all this, that, and the other jaw surgery and shit. Because everybody knows that, it takes away from it. It's the same thing as like when everybody started finding out that all athletes and actors are on steroids or some type of steroid.
Yeah,
you know?
It takes a little bit away.
Yeah, where it's like, no, you're supposed to just be that. But I mean, like The Rock obviously fucking does steroids. He's huge. He's enormous, and he's in his 50s. But
steroids now are normalized. I don't know. I just think that he looks
certain type.
He doesn't look handsome to me.
There's this crazy photo that's going around that. It's like a still of him laughing on Wildin' Out. Mm-hmm. Like he's just smiling and his teeth are all messed up. And then there's an obviously Photoshop photo of him with like his jaw is like huge.
Yeah.
But if you look at him like on podcasts that he's done, he just looks normal. He looks like a normal guy. He probably did get like some type of jaw surgery, or he fixed his teeth.
I don't think it's the jaw. I think it's the veneers for me. He could have gotten better quality, or he could maybe now get better quality.
Maybe now. But he could have also just fixed his teeth, you know?
Right.
Because I have a crooked jaw. If I go to the dentist, they'll tell me like, if you want to get braces, we can do it and it'll adjust your jaw.
Why don't you do that?
Because I don't want to.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's expensive. It'd be like 20 grand.
Aha.
Dentistry is expensive as hell. But
yeah, I don't know. I just don't think he's handsome.
I think he's a decent looking dude.
But
he definitely got some type of jaw surgery though.
Did you really think so? I don't think so. I think it's filler.
You think it's filler? Like jaw filler?
Yeah.
It's still a little crooked, so it might not be the teeth.
But the thing is, we all know now that filler migrates.
Migrates?
It migrates. It doesn't stay in one place. So, and there's a specific way that looks. So people know that his filler's migrating. That's how they could tell that he got filler. Anyway, aside from his appearance.
This is like a side by side.
It's not, and you know what? He didn't even need to do that.
No. But that photo looks Photoshopped. Like all of these crazy...
No, he's going this. He's pushing it out.
And then that's the other photo that I was telling you about, the still. If you just take a still of a video,
but
it's
you know
gonna
what?
look bad.
His head shape is kind of like Trevor Wallace, and I think Trevor Wallace is handsome. He doesn't need that, you know. He was just so insecure. He got it. Whatever. Aside from his looks, I'm gonna tell you, and I have a good example. Okay, Ralph had a joke about
Barbosa.
Ralph Barbosa had a joke in his special about it went something along the lines of I don't think my girl should be this way, but if she thinks, then that's a good joke.
Because that's a good flip.
Yes. But that joke that Matt Rife, it wasn't so much to me that it was like...
Did you laugh at it though?
It was a cheap joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much that it was like misogynistic or anything like that, or about domestic violence or whatever. For me, it was just it was cheap in a special.
The thing is that, like, I don't know. There's like, I think
that's the difference between the good comedians, where you think that it's okay to put that in a special. Was it his first special?
Yeah.
It was his first Netflix.
You're pulling away from the mic.
It was his first Netflix special.
Matt Rife, yeah.
Yeah. To think to put that joke in a special, that's the difference for me, where I was like, okay, a good comedian is going to do this, and a okay comedian is going to think that that's okay to put in a special.
I don't even think the joke was necessarily that bad. I think it was just like, because basically it's he was at a restaurant, the waitress had a black eye, and then he said, like, oh, this is the part that I liked about it, where it was like, oh, she should go back to the kitchen and she shouldn't be in the front, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's like the joke of like, oh, take your ass back to the kitchen. And then he goes, but let's be honest, if she was like a good cook, she probably wouldn't have a black eye. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the joke. And that's like an open mic level comedy, like joke. Like, I would write that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I'm a hack. But Ralph Barbosa's flip on it is, look, I'm not like this.
Yeah.
I am not a misogynistic person. I don't think, like, if my girl wants to do whatever she wants to do, she wants to be a traditional housewife, that's cool. If she wants to go out and have a career, I'm totally fine with that. But the girl that I want to be with just happens to be traditional.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like...
But it's like...
That's the flip on it.
Yes.
The flip... And also the flip makes you likable. Because it's saying, I'm not like this, I'm not... But my girl just happens to be.
Yeah.
And it's more relatable because most guys are probably like that, you know? I'm like that. Like, yeah, do whatever you want. Like, you can go get a job, you can have a career. If we have kids, we'll figure it out, blah, blah, blah. But if Giselle wanted to fucking stay home, I wouldn't tell her no.
Yeah. But anyway, that happened, and then it was like just pile hot shit on Matt Rife.
I just think yeah, I don't know.
It was that, and then it was that he got exposed.
Exposed?
He got exposed by a really...
His wiener?
No. Well, okay.
He exposed himself?
That had something to do with it. So there's this girl, and she has a podcast, and it's a very popular podcast. Very, very popular podcast.
Oh, this is that thing where he like denied dating her or fucking her or some shit?
Yes, dude. He went on Trevor Wallace's podcast.
Okay.
Said that he hated outie vaginas. It happened to be her. She went on her podcast, admitted that she had an outie vagina, and that he was talking about her. Meanwhile, Matt Rife, went on her podcast and pretended not to know her. And her best friend, they both knew that they were dating or seeing each other or whatever. And when he came and acted like he didn't know who the fuck that bitch was on the podcast, you can see the whole entire podcast, the tension in the room. And then after that podcast, then they made another podcast after his special drama, and then admitted that, or like, we're saying that he cheated on me, and all these girls posted, and then I got invited into a group chat of like 20 women that all were talking to Matt Rife. and then he got exposed. And I think he got dumped because he had a pretty serious girlfriend. I don't think they're together anymore. She erased all her Instagram pictures of them two together.
Yeah, dude, he's pretty and he fucks. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that was a tea on Matt. I think everybody's
just mad that he's a fuck boy.
No, I think it was that he
here's the thing is
was talking bad about that girl's outie vagina.
But did he say her name?
No.
So what the hell?
He was saying that outie vaginas are disgusting.
Okay. Girls say little dicks are disgusting.
True.
Like you can't have it both ways, dude. How are you gonna? She was definitely on it. She has definitely probably been on her podcast and said, like, I was with this guy and his dick sucked.
No,
she's just mad because she knew it was her and he didn't say her name. Did he? Did he say her name? Did he say her name?
Wait, you have to wait. There are a lot of women in this world that actually don't think badly about small penises.
What I'm saying is, has she ever talked smack on a penis that she previously had on her podcast?
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, she's a hypocrite.
Okay, that's fair.
If she did the exact same thing where she dated this guy named Mark and was like, he just wasn't good.
But
like
she really dated Mark.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if it's something like that where, like, she didn't have to say anything. You know?
I don't think she did because I think she would be self-aware enough to be like, I'm going to get mad at this. Shut the fuck up.
LA girls aren't self-aware.
Shut up. I don't think so. Because then imagine like that comes back out. Somebody's got to clip it where she's like talking down on someone's genitalia.
What's her podcast?
It's called Cancelled. Her name is Brooke Schofield.
Boo, you suck.
You know Tana Mojo?
No.
You weren't a YouTube guy.
No.
That's
you suck.
They're really popular.
Sucks. Lame podcast. Everybody who likes it is lame.
It's actually a good name because...
It's a horrible name.
No, because Matt Rife got canceled, right? And so when people were Googling Matt Rife canceled, her podcast episode comes up first.
Ooh. Okay, that's smart. What is her thing of canceled? Like, I'm going to say things that'll get me canceled, or I'm trying to cancel people?
No. So she's been canceled so many times that's the shtick.
So she decided to cancel somebody?
No, she doesn't cancel them. That she just has people on her podcast that have been canceled, and then they talk about why they were canceled.
But she canceled Matt Rife.
She didn't cancel Matt Rife. He canceled himself by having a bad special, and then everything else spiraled.
But she came out and said he's talking about my outie vagina.
Yes.
And then started saying like he came on, was faking, like,
yeah,
the whole thing that you just explained to me is her canceling him.
Maybe.
So she has a podcast about canceling, like bringing people on that have been canceled and to explain themselves, or to like just be like, hey, like you can come on here, like people make mistakes,
yeah,
let's just have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And then she canceled Matt Rife.
Yes. Maybe.
Not maybe. That's what you just...
Okay, but what's wrong with that?
I'm not in this world.
Right.
So the way you explained it to me is she has a podcast where she brings people on that have been canceled. She's been canceled multiple times herself, and then she canceled somebody.
No.
So she's totally fine.
Can I explain?
Hold on. She's
no,
totally
you let
fine.
me explain.
No, because you're interrupting me and I'm trying to get to a point.
You said the point 3 times.
She's trying to have a podcast where she brings on previously canceled people and still canceling other people.
No.
She's just mad at it. So it's totally cool when it's other people.
If I explain it.
All right.
So she was getting a lot of heat because during the initial podcast where he was pretending not to know her, afterwards, he was getting flack on that podcast. Not because of not knowing her, but whatever, right? Because maybe he said something that was annoying and people were like talking about it, right?
Okay.
She was apologizing for him. She became like a Matt Rife apologist where she thought that he was like, a good guy. Because the way that they ended, they were dating and then they ended amicably. but she didn't know that he was also dating other girls while they were together, right? So she didn't know after this podcast, she didn't know why he pretended not to know her. But even after, she was like, no, guys, it's okay. Like, Matt Rife is cool, like, nice or whatever.
Okay.
Like, nobody knew, right? And then she found out that he got cheated on or whatever. And then because people were ragging on her for being a Matt Rife apologist, she came onto the podcast and apologized to her friend because her friend wanted to go off on Matt Rife, pretending not to know her during the initial podcast. And so then Brooke asked Tana, hey, don't call him out. Be nice to him publicly for me. And so she went on the second time to explain what happened during the first one that she was getting a lot of heat on. And then to be like, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have been that way. I should have like asked him point blank, like, why are you pretending not to know me? Versus like pretending that everything was fine, not exposing you for pretending not to know me, and then not getting heat for like calling you a nice guy when you really weren't.
Okay.
And then it was like, oh, and then you also went on this guy's podcast, was talking about my vagina.
But didn't say your name.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
like,
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
Nobody
it
wants to
does.
hear men go on podcasts and talking locker room talk unironically. Like he was
that's
just
the whole point of podcast.
dissing.
That's the whole point of podcast.
I don't know if
Girls
somebody
do it
went
too.
on, if somebody went.
I've heard girls on podcasts talk about
Yes,
guys that they've had
yes,
sex with. Why
I
is that
agree.
okay?
It's
But
not okay.
She just got mad because he didn't say her name. It could have been. There are millions of girls in LA.
Because it was
could have been
everything
any
else
of them.
as well.
No,
everything
she was
else.
just mad because she found out
Well,
she
she
got
has a
cheated.
podcast and she did it because she could do it.
Yeah, she just
I
got
would have
mad.
done it too. Shit, talking
She-
about my vagina on somebody's podcast.
Yeah, she
and then
just
talking
got
about you
mad
don't
because
like it.
she just
Meanwhile,
got
you're like
mad.
licking it.
Yeah, they had a fun time together. He just said like, "Adi vaginas are weird."
You know what a joke was?
Huh.
The joke was,
Was it funny?
I don't know. I
Did it
didn't
make you
think
laugh?
so, but it might you, and I'm kind of scared.
No. Okay, say it.
Okay, he said Audi vaginas are like if God forgot to take the tag off.
Funny.
That was alright.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I've never seen an Audi.
You never have?
I don't think so.
Me neither. I didn't know the vaginas were different up until like a couple years ago.
What?
I never saw one.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be like, I don't know what the drama
Matt
is.
Rife apologist.
Because I don't care about either of these people. But I'm saying that the way that you explained it to me,
I maybe just explained it wrong.
yeah, this is also coming from like the way you took in the information of like all the shit.
Right.
And we also don't know like how
I am
like they
team
were
Brooke,
together. But like
100%.
what I'm saying is I need to know the timeline, like the actual timeline of like when they started hooking up.
You should watch the episode.
I don't want to. Those podcasts are so lame.
No, it's actually really good.
No, it's not.
It is. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not good. People enjoy them. Obviously, they're huge. I just don't like them.
But just so that you can understand. Maybe I am saying it wrong, and if you heard her, you'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay. I don't deny that he was an asshole and that he's a fuckboy. I don't
Yeah.
deny that at all. But he's pretty.
I'm not so surprised that he's a fuckboy.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Look, he's
whatever.
he's. I'm saying he's pretty because there are women out there that think that he's pretty.
yeah.
You get me? Like he's an attractive guy, and I assume that up until this point he didn't have a problem with women.
I guess my thing is the type of attractive he looks is typical fuckboy. That my thing is, of course,
You're
he's
not
a dick.
attracted to that.
Right,
You're
but of
not-
course
one,
he's
you're
a
not
dick.
attracted to that, and two, there's already the thing of like, oh, he's just like a frat boy.
Yeah.
Like, he's just gonna talk to me, get what he wants, and then go on to the next one, which he probably did. That's probably his whole MO. I don't know. I don't know the dude. I'm just saying the way you like the way you explained it, that her show is canceled, and it seems like because of her experience of being canceled multiple times, she wants to give other people that may have been canceled.
No, so the girl, her name is Brooke. She's not the one that's been canceled. It's the other girl that has been canceled multiple times.
See, that's the information that I need to know, because if she's not the one that started it, she's just kind of like, hey, my friend has this podcast.
She's actually very well, like, she's actually very, God damn it.
It's the whole episode. No, it's just nicotine.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's just the other friend that did that. That takes off a layer of like what I thought she was doing. Brooke was doing was like, I have this whole canceled podcast where
I think people sympathize more with her because she's is not girl. That. Yeah,
she's a nice girl, and like how like you see nice there's all these different layers of like things that now that you tell me, and like, oh, she's a nice girl, then everybody's thinking like, how could Matt Rife do this to her? She's so sweet, so precious, and blah blah
so
blah.
So you were okay if if it was the other girl because she was more audacious?
No, I was okay with it because canceled. I wasn't even okay with it. I was like, it's not, you shouldn't do that to anybody, right? Yeah. Like you should treat people with respect, and if you like be be clear with your intentions on relationships, you should always do that. What I'm saying is that the way you explained it to me was that she has a show. She's been canceled multiple times. You were talking about Brooke at this point. I didn't know it was the other girl. Yeah. She's been canceled multiple times. So she created a show called Canceled, where she brings people out that have been canceled before and talks to them, possibly in an altruistic way, to say like, hey, I know you've got Brooke. A lot of... Okay. She ain't pretty anyway.
She's really pretty.
No, she's not.
I think so.
Anyway, like she's doing the thing. I thought she was doing the thing of like, I'm trying to bring people to my platform that have been canceled that maybe got the short end of the stick so that they can explain themselves. And maybe you'll see that people just make mistakes and you shouldn't be vilified or you shouldn't be chastised for it.
Right.
But then she turned around and canceled somebody. I thought that's what the thing was. I didn't know she was just the co-host of the girl that was getting canceled.
Yes, so this is Brooke and this is Tana. She's a canceled.
The same way that you see lady. Matt Rife is not pretty, I don't think they're pretty.
Neither one of them?
No.
Okay, because, valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are LA pretty.
Yeah, for the exact same reason is that they look like she just looks like a brunette version of the blonde. Mm-hmm. Like they're just copy and paste people. Okay. You get me? Yes. I understand. And it's the same thing with Matt Rife. He's just a copy and paste person in your eyes. He's just a copy and paste person of typical a frat boy in Florida. Fuck boy. Exactly. But it's also a thing of like attractiveness that it depends on how you see attractiveness, you know? If like we were out last night and there was pretty girls around, but the pretty that Jasenia is like it exceeds what pretty is, you know? Mm-hmm. Yes. So like there's an emptiness to their prettiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say empty. I think that's harsh.
But that's also because I don't know them.
Common. Maybe common. It's a commonness.
I think common's more harsh than empty.
No.
Yeah. No.
No. Empty is like you're like shallow.
Yeah. It's a really mean thing to talk. I apologize.
Yeah,
you seem like lovely girls.
No, he said you're empty.
I just don't think you're pretty
or full.
Yeah.
Another thing that we missed was Cat Williams. Did you watch that?
Yeah, and then I just got annoyed with it. I'm sorry. I have to be real. I have to be real. I didn't finish it, but I watched the first part and then I think a little bit of the second part. And some of the stuff is true. A lot of the stuff that he said about Kevin Hart, I know is not true. Yeah, about the line thing. Yeah, where he's like, he was a plant. Like, he wasn't a plant. Like, there's multiple people there's comedians that came up with him in Philly that know, like, how hard he just worked. Yeah. He came up not even quick. Because if you really think about it, to the level that he was at, it was like 10 years. Mm-hmm. But he was just doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then, funny enough, Big J. Okerson who we were talking about earlier, who's on Legion of Skanks. I'm a big fan of his, and he always talks about, like, he came up with Kevin Hart, and he actually
I think that part we were all kind of like, dude, we all know what the deal is here.
But there's supposedly there's beef between Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, because this is from Big J Okerson. He said that because they came up together in Philly, right? And then when he moved to LA, Kevin Hart, when he moved to LA or whatever, because they started in Philly, I think went to New York, and then Kevin Hart moved to LA because he got a deal at JFL, Just for Laughs, in Montreal, because that was like the thing. Like, Just for Laughs is the place where it used to be the place, like in the 90s and the early 2000s, where you would go there because it's a comedy festival. So you would go. And
where is it?
In Montreal, Just for Laughs.
Where's Montreal?
Montreal, Canada.
Oh, okay.
So it's up there.
Why did you say that like that's something I should know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry. So they were up in Montreal, Canada.
Yeah, just say Canada. Who gives a fuck where they were at?
Because it's in Montreal.
Right.
Name another. Never mind. Name a city in Canada. Go.
Toronto.
There you go. Good job.
Okay, but that's like
Quebec. I don't know if these are cities or states. I think Toronto is a city and then Quebec is a state. But anyway. So, because I'm a fan of Big J, like he's very self-deprecating, so he always jokes about like, "Yep, Kevin Hart. We started comedy together, and then he just decided to skyrocket and leave me down here." And then Kevin Hart had him on his podcast because it's always been a thing. Like, I listen to Big J's radio show, and it's always like whenever they bring up Kevin Hart, he's like, "Yep, my buddy Kev." Like, it's just a funny thing, but it's obviously not coming from a place like he fucking left me, like blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it's not that. It's just like, I have my career, he has his career. We were very close, but like, you know, relationships evolve and adapt and shit. But he was talking about when all of this came out with Kev Williams, he was talking about like, yeah, that Kev stuff is ridiculous. Like, it's understandable that like Kev did just kind of like, you just saw him, but like if you saw the amount of work that he was putting in, like he was apparently sending tapes to bookers for what's it called, for college gigs, because you can make a lot of money on the college circuit. He was sending them to bookers when he only had like 15 minutes, and Big J was saying like, "Oh well, like, why are you doing that, dude? Like, just focus on getting an hour, and then you can send it." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll figure the hour part out. Like, I'll figure it out later. But I'm sending it so that they can see that I have the potential to be funny for longer, even though I only have this small chunk right now." So if that's your mindset starting, that's going to be your mindset for your entire career, where you're just like, let me try this, because the worst they can say is no. You know? So if you have that trajectory already starting out, it's going to just, you're going to skyrocket eventually. Yeah. And then he was saying that like once he did that, like they split off their careers wise. Like he went his way, Kevin Hart became a massive star, and then he was talking about how like he ran into Kevin's manager and they used to be friends or whatever. So he was like, "Oh, how's Kevin doing?" He's like, "Great, man. Anything that Cat Williams crazies himself out of, I can just put Kev right into."
No way.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, he's probably a very very smart person. He didn't read 3,000 books a day or a year or whatever the hell he said. That's an insane thing to say. He did not read 3,000 books. And if he did, it was Cat in the Hat books. I'm going to put that out right now. There's no way he read 3,000
You're
books.
so bitter.
3,000
Just
books.
because you're dyslexic and can't read.
I can read 3,000 books a year.
I believe it.
From the ages of 3 to 12.
Ricky, that is very doable.
Adriana, 3,000 books.
Within 5 years?
He was saying 3,000 books a year.
No, he didn't say that. Was it that?
Yeah, I'll check the text messages.
What text messages?
Me and yours, because as I was listening to it, I was like texting you.
Oh, yeah, you were.
But I'm 100% sure that that's what it was. And how is it?
When is this coming out?
This week.
Wednesday?
Yeah. But okay, there you sent me the video.
Damn, that's crazy.
At the age of 3, he was reading a high level point where he was reading 3,000 books a year up until the age of 12. Yeah, so from 3 to 12, he was reading 3,000 books. Like, that's what I sent you.
A year?
3,000 a year. That's why I said it was so ridiculous. But also, he might have misspoke. He might have meant to say, like, I read 3,000 books between the age of...
He misspoke that time, and then they caught him another time.
Yeah, they caught him on one.
But it wasn't, like, catching him. It was, like... Because he said...
like, what did I say?
He
like,
said 2023 when it was, like, 20-something.
No, he said 2019 when he meant to say, like, 1998
Yeah.
Where
Which was,
I was
not,
like...
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that was crazy.
And I knew that was... Like, he messed up the date on that when he said it before they came out because... Yeah. I think that can... Oh, it was Steve Harvey that he was talking about. And so I was like, Steve Harvey didn't come out with the special in 2019.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe he means like 99 or something.
I believe him about like leaving his family and like doing his own thing.
I don't think it was that young.
Maybe not that young.
Said he left when he was like 11 or 12 or something.
I think he said 12.
That's the thing is like, if... My thing is that like if you're lying about this, why wouldn't you lie about that? You know, that's
but
what.
There was a lot of things that he said that were like true.
Yeah, there could be a lot of things that he said that are true, but he's lying about one thing.
He was so funny though. The whole thing was so funny.
I didn't even find like he's obviously hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
he's hilarious.
He's still hilarious. He still consistently puts out hilarious work. You know?
There was one where that everyone clipped where he's like, I don't know. It's something about hanging out with Luthers is beneath you or something like that. Did you hear that one? Losers.
No, I don't think so.
There's a clip. I sent it to the Twitter.
Put it on, speak into the microphone.
I want to find it because it was so good.
Yeah. So I'm convinced that the Kevin Hart stuff that he was talking about wasn't real. I'm convinced that he was probably saying the truth about everything that he said about Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer.
Mm-hmm. Which were the big things. Like those were like that.
Yeah, like stealing jokes and stuff like that. They're from an older generation where like they did do that. Mm-hmm. And they didn't have this enormous thing like the internet. To validate that and stuff. Yeah. There was another comedian that how was it? Was it Chad Daniels? Or was it
Mencia?
No, it was something about damn it. Who were the comedians involved in that? It was somebody stealing a joke. Not Anthony Jeselnik. It was Chris D'Elia.
That they stole a joke?
Yeah, it was Chris D'Elia and damn it. What was it? I just listened to it. Priscilla stole my joke. It wasn't Kurt Metzger. Oh, dude. I went to go see Kurt Metzger, comedian. Funny. We went to the Hyenas in Dallas, and there was a fight broke out. It was so crazy. He was doing this thing. He was on stage, and I think we've been to it before. When we went with Deli and all them, or you might not have been there.
Hyenas?
Yeah.
I know, I haven't gone there.
Okay, so the stage is like, we were 3 tables away from the stage, dead center. He was laughing, doing this shit or whatever. And apparently, I didn't hear this, but like there was people talking in the back. And there's like there's tables, and then there's a walkway, and then there's more tables towards the back, like 2 rows of tables. And I guess they were complaining about a drink or their receipt or something, and the guy directly behind me all of a sudden just goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
No way.
Like just loud. But to his credit, Kurt Metzger just kept going, and I was like, "That's weird." Okay. And then kept going like another 5 minutes, and then he goes, "Shut the fuck!" Again, like just keeps telling them to shut up. And then they were just complaining about something, and it was a couple. And then finally, the dude had enough. The guy that was behind me was like, "If you don't shut like just started screaming at him, like, get out, like go talk about her over like outside. We're trying to watch the show. You're ruining it. And I was like, I was fine, sir. Actually, you ruined it for me.
Jesus.
And then whatchamacallit, I was just kind of like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna ignore it. But then he couldn't ignore it because they stood up and they started like going towards each other, and he was like, do something about it then, do something about it. Fuck, do something about it. And then the girl that he was with was just kind of like, all right, whatever, it's gonna blow off, like the guy behind me. But then the girl that the other dude was with, like they started kicking them out. Like they started bringing the couple that was arguing about the receipt. They started like trying to get them out to either talk about the receipt or just straight up kick them out of the show because they were disturbing. But then the girl that he was with was like, touch him, touch my man, touch him, fucking touch him, like do something about it. Like, and then the guy was like, whatever. He sat down and was like, yeah, whatever. And then the girl smacked the girl. The girl smacked the girl that he was with. She didn't do anything. She was just there, caught it straight. And then she stood up and was like, turned around and was like about to start swinging. And then the people behind me didn't get escorted out. They just sat down. They just escorted the other people out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then he talked about it. He was like, what was that about? Like he finished his joke and then he was like, yeah. So what the hell was that all about, dude? And he goes, they were complaining about something like blah, blah, blah. And then we sat next to a couple, an older couple that like I think was trying to swap with me and Jasenia.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I can't remember if Jasenia was telling me that like, because the tables are like, it's like a small table like this, right? And then if you and me are sitting like here, but like closer, like right next to each other.
It was like the comedy arena when we went.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we're this close, then the other people are like just as close to me. Mm-hmm. So the lady sat next to me. Jasenia sat in front of me. And then the dude sat in front of his lady. So they were like that and we were like this. And then I didn't realize that like Jasenia didn't tell me this until afterwards. He was like 2 or 3 times. And then she just ended up like yanking their leg and he was like, okay. And then the lady, she kept getting closer to me.
That's insane.
She would just she never touched me, but she got closer to me. And then when that whole altercation happened, since I was right next to it, she came up to me and was like put her hand on my chest and was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like, I have no idea. So yeah,
what the fuck,
yeah, dude, it was so funny.
Yeah, imagine they both went home. We both got rejected tonight.
I feel so bad for them. I'm sorry if you
That's
are out there listening.
White?
Yeah. They look like there's this photo of Jeff Bezos and his wife. Hold on.
Golly, people. Crazy.
Give me 1 second.
Oh my gosh. Was that it? Like all the major stuff?
I think that was it. Oh, okay, this is.
I think that was it.
Okay, so like they kind of look like that, but she was blonde.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Bezos and his wife. Ugh. And this photo, there's a meme that's going around of that photo of Jeff Bezos and his lady. Because he's like got a cowboy hat on, they're in the pickup truck, and then she's just like has like a white tank top on, and you can tell she's had work done. They look just like that. So there's a meme going around with the caption with that photo, and then the caption of it saying like, "Hey man," or "Hey, excuse me, we noticed you and your husband here, and we like really dig your vibe. Like, you think maybe we can grab you a drink?" So it was like that situation. Gross. But it wasn't until we left and we went to a Japanese restaurant like right next to the club. And it like me and Jasenia hadn't talked about it, but then she brought it up. She was like, that show is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, and then I think the dude next to me was like trying to talk to me. I was like, who, the old guy with the lady? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I think she was trying to talk to me.
Oh my God.
I think they were trying to get us a swap, baby.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I know. It was a funny night.
Okay. How much time do we have left?
We're at 1:24 right now.
Okay, last thing I want to talk about is Carne Asada Fest.
Yes.
Dude. Bo Bundy's going to perform.
Bo Bundy and Rakimi Kenway.
Who gives a fuck about them?
All right. Alrighty then.
Just kidding.
I'll stop being excited for things.
Bo Bundy's the one I'm so excited for.
Bo Bundy.
I want to take Axel because Axel likes Bo Bundy.
Axel likes Bo Bundy?
Yeah, he does.
He's old enough. It's not like a crazy thing.
What? To like Bo
Like the
Bundy?
festival?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the
Oh,
festival.
no, yeah. There were kids. It's a family thing.
Yeah, it's like a family
So
thing.
here's the lineup, guys. Carne Asada
Oh, they released
Fest,
the whole thing?
May 26th, Sunday,
26th.
2024. This is the Bo Bundy mix. We're going to have Rakim and Y. Bobby Pulido is going to be there.
Hold on.
Low Flip, Ray Burger, Jack's Hot, Zeus, El Mero Necio.
Oh, okay, 26. Okay. That's the weekend before y'all leave.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Miss Gold, Ricky Ray, Xavier the Second. I'm sorry if that's not right. Yossi.
Into the mic. Can't hear you.
Yossi. Really can't hear me? I'm like not that far away.
Mm-hmm.
And others.
I love others.
Aquila, Jeff, Vortex Z, Jordan Gunna, DJ Rudy Rios, ETX, Gabby
What's
Got
wrong?
It, DJ Flacco,
Why do y'all artists
Unique,
always have to change y'all's names? What's wrong with the name God gave you?
DJ Avi. That was the last one on the list, and
Right
you
before I
couldn't let
went
me
in.
get through it. God damn it. DJ
It
Avi,
was
we
just a
love
joke.
you.
It was a joke. Avi's a great name.
They're being sponsored by Modelo.
Nice.
Represented by Modelo. There's
yeah, dude,
three
this is gonna be
names that
fun.
are blurred out that I guess haven't confirmed yet.
It's gonna be Shannon Sharp, Kevin Hart, and Cat Williams.
Dude, I can't wait.
Dude, I'm hungry. I want a burger. Like I
Me
want a
too,
good ass
dude.
burger,
Me
dude.
too. Talking about carne asada, I want a Pacheco burger.
Ooh, dude.
I don't think they're gonna be there this year.
They haven't released the vendors yet.
Oh, they haven't.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'm pretty sure they'll be there. But damn, that Pacheco, dude. I want that ube horchata.
Oh my god.
That purple
yeah.
one?
Yeah, hell yeah. Are they open Sundays?
I don't know. We gotta
I would
edit though,
love
so we're
to.
probably just gonna go into town.
Into your little old town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
God.
not even like a country town. Like I told you, it's mostly Hispanics around there.
But it's a country town. You're
Although-
in the country.
although too many-
Ricky moved to like fucking buttfuck Egypt. Didn't tell
Look.
nobody.
I told you months in advance. I told you the day we came to look at houses.
Yeah, but what was I supposed to say? No, don't do it.
Yeah.
Would you have really have been like, if I would have told you, look, driving far is not all it's cracked up to be, would you have listened to me?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. We like it out here. And hopefully Jasenia
It is nice out here.
Yeah.
It is growing. Our
Yeah.
next house will probably be out here too.
You think?
Probably. I mean, if everyone's coming out here.
Dude, I want to, like, I think we were here like a week. It was probably like our first weekend here. And we went to, yes, it was our first weekend here because that was New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
We went to John's parents' house.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Beautiful
that's
house.
the goal. That's the next goal.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
And you know
home.
what's crazy is like
The
we have,
entrance.
yeah, we have the little town over there, right? And then you drive on that windy road, you get to ours. If you go past like our little thing, there's nothing.
Really?
It's a 2-lane highway and there's houses kind of like that, like or like around their area.
A lot of
where
land.
A lot of land and just a house in the middle of it. It's just right down there.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So
That's
I think
the
that
goal.
the goal is going to be like after we're going to try to pay this thing off like in 15 years.
Yeah.
And
you
then
should.
after we do that, we'll probably rent it out and then or just we'll probably rent it out depending on how the area is. There might be a little more foot traffic around here because Dallas is expanding like outward a lot. So I would think that coming south would be the natural thing for everybody. And then
Or north.
yeah.
North is already like built though. Like
Yeah, North. I think North had a leg up on that like 20 years ago, probably already. So, but yeah, that'll be the plan. Eventually, we'll just go a little further south. Hopefully, this
you
is
guys are
already
still
taken
not
off.
that far away from downtown Dallas, which is
20
crazy.
minutes. It's 20 minutes.
Crazy.
Yeah. We went.
An hour from where we used to live.
What?
Web Chapel or North
not
Dallas,
an hour.
far North Dallas? About, Rick.
No, it's like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So yesterday when we went to the happiest hour, the girls were drunk, and me and Lewis were obviously fine, and I drove. So we drove Jasenia's car over there. We drove back, and the whole once they passed out, me and Lewis were like, "What are we getting to eat?" Because I only ate once yesterday before me and Lewis decided to go get food, and we were driving, and I was like, "Let's go to Jack in the Box," and we dropped off the girls. He picked me up. Because he had to take care of her. She was a little drunk, and then I didn't even take her to Jasenia. She walked in, got undressed, and then just plopped into bed. I was like, cool. So I just changed and then got into I was like waiting for Lewis to pick me up. He comes. We drove to Jack in the Box, which was like really close. Like,
Oh no!
yeah, the bar in town closed like at 12. Yeah,
I don't want to move out here anymore.
but it's right there, so you can just get wasted from like 8 to 12. Walk home.
12.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
What do you mean?
You know, it was crazy.
Is perfectly fine. We left to go party.
I was surprised last night I was here. Friday night?
Yes.
Friday night I was here. I left like around 1. I was so surprised that everything was closed.
Yeah.
I was like,
Jack in the Box was closed.
That's why I didn't want to pump gas.
Yeah. Like we drove to Jack in the Box because it's like super close. And then he pulled up, like I was talking, and then he pulled up close to the window. He's like, damn it. And he drove off. I was like, what happened? He's like, it's closed. Nobody's in there. And there's no cars here. I was like, oh, how?
Gas station?
No, I was
what
like,
did you end up doing?
I looked at him. I was like, how willing are you to go to Buc-ee's right now? And he goes, very willing. So we drove to Buc-ee's, and then I got one
It's
of
so
those.
cool y'all get along too.
Yeah. You get along just fine. But yeah, we drove down to Buc-ee's. It's like 20 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah. He got
beef sandwich sounds so good right now.
He got
Pulled pork. I'm down.
want to go to Buc-ee's?
You just say anyone want to go?
No, I think she might want to stay here. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Where it's like a guy that came in, like he's out of Texas, or like he's from out of Texas, and he's like
From out of Texas.
Yeah. And he's like, oh guys, look, we're here. We made it out to Buc-ee's. And then gonna go get me some Buc-ee's food. Like he just kept saying Buc-ee's. And then you just hear an old man's voice in the background, like, it's not Buc-ee's, it's Buc-ee's. Show some goddamn respect.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because damn, you so right.
I had the cheesesteak from Buc-ee's the first time.
I only ever get the pulled pork.
I wasn't expecting it to be good because I think the kitchen was closed. I didn't really check.
Yeah, you had them like when they wrap it.
Yeah, like the ones that are already ready. And I didn't want to get the pulled. I don't like the pulled pork sandwich because I feel like it's a little too dry when it's just there. You know.
Oh yeah.
So like,
don't you get the one that's doused in
sauce?
Barbecue?
I've had it before and I didn't like it, so I just don't trust it, and I don't know how long they were sitting there. But when we got there, I saw him roll the little burrito down, so I was like, okay, that's fresh, that's good. So it was like a little burrito, a cheesesteak burrito, basically.
I would have been pissed if you had told me that you went to Buc-ee's and I was drunk at home.
It was so good.
Did you tell Jasenia you went to Buc-ee's last night?
She's not that big into Buc-ee's.
Oh,
that's what I'm telling myself.
Buc-ee's is a good trip. Buc-ee's is like a treat.
Yeah. Whenever we drive down to Austin, we stop. Like if we just have like a half a tank of gas, like, okay, well, we're good for right now. We'll fill it at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
To Buc-ee's?
I'm hungry.
I'm down. I'm hungry too.
All right,
guys.
that's Jasenia. That was it for this week's episode. This is a life update. And
you hear that?
yeah, I heard
you.
Hear
my tum-tum?
We'll see you next week.